We'll go ahead and get started. We're now joined by the winning car owner of tonight's O'Reilly Auto Parts Challenge, J.D. Gibbs. J.D., 70th win for Kyle Busch in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, 100th win overall for the organization. Just talk about the success you all had and the success at Texas Motor Speedway.
Well, when we started the race team, our nationwide team, we were horrible. And I drove for a while, and then
That's why we were horrible.
When I stopped driving, we got a lot better. And so it's just so proud of all the guys, Kyle and Adam, just the whole team, to do what they've done. 100 victories is just really hard to do, and we figured we'd never get there. We're there, and so it's we're just really proud of these guys.
We're also joined by obviously the winner of tonight's O'Reilly Auto Parts Challenge, Kyle Busch, driver of the number 54 Monster Energy Toyota, a record 7th career NASCAR Nationwide Series victory at TMS, your 11th win in NASCAR competition here at Texas Motor Speedway, and the second time you've won the first 2 races of the triple header weekend. Just talk about the success that you've had at Texas, and do you have any more room for more hats?
I can only wear one at a time, but the sizes keep getting bigger. But it's certainly been fun to race here at Texas and be successful. Obviously, I mean, truck at nationwide level, it's pretty good, but Cup stuff, you know, still got to get better there and be able to come out of here tomorrow with a victory in that as well. So we'll see how it goes, but all in all, just a great race today. Really a lot of fun racing with a 22, and hopefully we put on a good show. Felt like it was fun inside the race car, you know, with back and forth a little bit. Me running the top, him bottom, then swapping, me going to the bottom, him top. So it was just interesting there, and kind of an interesting dynamic as well too, where we were really fast to take off, and then he would kind of come on through the middle part of the run, and then we would get really good there towards the end. So you know, really a unique dynamic there, and certainly worked to our advantage there at the end. Adam made some really good calls all day of keeping the car tightened up for me, so we kept so we didn't keep getting as loose as we had earlier in the race. So each run kind of got a little bit better. But all in all, good day. Can't be prouder of my Monster Energy number 54 team.
And winning crew chief Adam Stevens. Adam, if you could, again, just talk about the success and the success that you found here in Texas.
Yeah, I don't know. Kyle and I started with a bang in 2013 here. Felt like we had a good car and got away from us last fall. And we were so close in the spring, and I didn't feel like I did the best job keeping up with the track. And I think I've learned from that, and probably a little bit better communication between the two of us of what we need in the car and which way the track's going. And I think we probably did the best job of staying in front of it today, and that showed. The cars were so even. You know, like Kyle said, it was pretty interesting that you could move around and change the balance that much. So, you know, it was important to stay, to get the track position and then stay in front of the balance with the adjustments for sure.
We'll go ahead and start up with questions in the press box.
One question for Kyle, Wolfgang Munzer, Rennsport Press Agency from Germany. Kyle, yesterday you did the truck race, today is a nation race, tomorrow is a sprint cup. So when the weekend is over here at the Texas Motor Speedway tomorrow, you will have done totally 681 laps. How do you prepare for that, and how stressful is it for you?
I work out. No, it's not terrible. I think that the thing is, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, when I came into the sport, you know, I ran my first Nationwide Series race. I was beat. I mean, they literally had to drag me out of the car. And then I went ahead and I ran, you know, a nationwide race, and then the next day I had to run my first Sprint Cup race, and literally, well, it wasn't the first one because I wrecked in 11 laps, but the next one I ran a long time, and they literally had to pull me out of that one as well too. So I think it's just conditioning. You kind of get used to it over time, driving that many laps, and for that long, your body just kind of sets in. So I think that's part of it, but also just, you know, trying to maintain somewhat of a healthy diet, you know, with Samantha's cooking and whatnot. She does a great job for me. So obviously I feel good after every race and look forward to the next one.
Go ahead, Reed.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Kyle, when you went to the top later in the runs, it seemed like you were fairly easily chopped away Joey's leads at those times. Was that something that was planned? Had you found something in practice as far as that went, or was it just based on the feel of the car?
No, nobody ever really practiced up there in the Nationwide Series because it just wasn't rubbered up yet. So that was just something we found today. Actually, last night a little bit, to be honest with you. When Bubba Wallace went up there, he was really fast as well too up there. So I took a little bit from that, but also what I learned in that race as well. I never got as high as Bubba did, but I got somewhat up there. And just put that to today and was able to use it to our advantage. So felt really good to run up there and to be fast like that and have some good speed. So you know, hopefully some of that comes in tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure it will with the day race and being as hot as it may be, or just you know, looking for air, trying to find your way through the field and trying to find your way from behind the back of the guy in front of you. And you know, it just sort of worked out that way that, like I said earlier, you know, there was times where I'd be running the bottom and I'd be fast driving away from Logano, and then all of a sudden I would kind of move up because I felt like I was getting too slow on the bottom, and then Logano would be fast and he would kind of get back by me, and then I finally, once he got about alongside of me, I was like, okay, I just got to go to the top and start working on the top. And it took me about, I don't know, probably 8-10 laps to get it rolling, and then, you know, then Joey would try to get up there in front of me and he'd block my air a little bit. But once you got to lap traffic and lap cars, then it was every man for himself, bottom, top, everywhere. So it was a pretty good race then.
Well, Jerry, Stan, Brandon, and Mark. Go, Jerry.
Kyle, it's Jerry Fraley from the Dallas Morning News. Does getting another triple have any significance for you?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I think it would be real special. Certainly at another venue. You know, I think that this opportunity for that tomorrow would be something special. I would certainly cherish it as much as the first, maybe, if not, you know, just as much. But you don't get, well, I guess I get those opportunities more than most, but you know, you don't get the very many opportunities to capitalize on all three, you know, and drive Joe Gibbs Racing equipment in both of those, in the Nationwide and the Sprint Cup Series, which you know is good stuff, and of course the Kyle Busch Motorsports stuff and the trucks. So feels good to have that opportunity and to be piloting Toyotas to those wins.
Stan.
Stan Creekmore with CompetitionPlus.com. JD, this is for you. Compare this 100th victory that's got your name on it with your father when he collected victory number 100, certainly in another sport, but nevertheless a huge number.
Yeah, it's a big deal. My dad's back in the back, so I can't say anything derogatory. But it's so impressive, and it's not ownership. It's just the guys you have, the drivers, the crew members. They get it done, and what they do is just their work ethic is phenomenal, and so they just come in when no one's even there, and they work late hours, and that's Nationwide and Cup. So just the guys are really impressive what they do.
Brandon.
JD, this is for you also, and Coach, feel free to chime in. You know, a lot of people around here know your dad from his days as coach of the Redskins. You know, to see him beat the Cowboys Monday night and then to come here and get the 100th win as an organization in the Nationwide Series, what does that mean to you guys?
It's funny, you can ask him, but I think they both mean a ton. You know, Redskins, when they played Dallas, it's kind of head-to-head, and they won the game, and with the different quarterback. So we're just really proud of those guys, and you can ask my dad; he'll probably say more. And then, the
only thing I was going to say is, I wind up with so many friends now in Dallas. It used to be totally different. I did a hospitality day, and that when I came in, they all clapped, and I went, "This is a little different than football." I said, "I got a bone to pick with you guys. Some of those names you call me going in that stadium, I don't know what those things are." but anyway, we just for JD and I and the race team and everything, it's a big deal for us. But I wound up with so many friends here: Norm Miller, Interstate Batteries, GameStop, you know, all the sport clips, everybody that's here, and now. You know, it's fun for us to come to Dallas. We love it, and I got so many buddies here that it's a little bit different. In football, it was pretty intense, I'll tell you that.
Mark Garrow, PRN. Kyle, both you and Joey said after the race you guys had a lot of fun out there racing each other, and we saw the back and forth, and it was pretty entertaining from where we were sitting as well, up above the racetrack. How does that play out in the race car? I mean, you guys are focused on trying to get certain things done, but do you have an emotion that all of a sudden, you know, a little smile on your face or some thought goes through the head like, woohoo, this is a lot of fun? How does that play out in the race car for you?
Yeah, it does, and you know, it's interesting because you're frustrated at one point, you know, as you're slowing down and somebody else is speeding up and going past you, and then, you know, you try to figure something else out, you move around, and then you get faster than that guy and you pass him back. So that's when it's fun. You know, it's I guess maybe it was more fun for me today than it was Joey, but in both retrospect, I think we had a good time racing one another. And yeah, when you're sliding around, you're watching one guy be sideways, and then you know you're sideways, you know what yours feels like and what he's got going on, and I'm sure it's somewhat similar. But then there was actually a couple times I got into turn 3 today, and I was up in the dirt hearing, you know, rubber balls throwing through my my rocker panels, and I was just holding on, hoping that I wasn't going to hit the fence, you know, and I was like, woo, you know, so having some fun out there, and you know, I guess it's all fun and candy when you don't get in the fence, but you know, other days it can turn a little bit uglier.
Chris?
ChrisKnightCatchfence.com. Kyle, I was just wondering if you tried that higher line in Sprint Cup practice this morning, and if it worked, and your thoughts on tomorrow's race.
Yeah, I did try it earlier today, so I got my taste of it here a little bit, you know, before we got going with the nationwide race, but only a few laps, and I don't know. I seemed to maintain a little bit of lap time up there, but then when I came back to the bottom, I ran just a tick faster. So, you know, whether I'm going to be a top guy or a bottom guy tomorrow, I'm not sure. We'll see how it plays.
Any additional questions? Gentlemen, thank you very much and congratulations.
All righty. Thank you.